Jason and I met at a basketball game. Our boys were playing against each other, but I had left and went back to the school to pick my son up. Jason had pulled up beside me and asked for my phone number, and that was pretty much it. He was there for all the kids, no matter what they needed. If he was working on something and the boys were there, he would put them in there and let them try to figure things out. Orleans is a small town. It's a great community. When somebody needs their help, they're there. No matter what the situation is. I believe everybody here in this town knew who Jason was. On Jason's downtime, he would go on Wednesday night and play poker with his buddies.
About a year ago, I was invited to come play with a group that Jason plays cards with. And I got to know Jason a lot better. Became closer friends. I think Jason loved me coming playing cards because I played cards all my life, but I hadn't played all the games that they play on Wednesday nights. And he'd make fun of me. He'd help me, teach me how to play, but I think he just liked me coming and taking my money.
He would come home and say, well, I didn't win anything tonight. He said, I'm just gonna have to work harder. And then he would reach in his pocket and pull out a big wad of money and laugh. Jason liked to work with his hands. I had been on Pinterest and I seen barnwood walls. So he found a barn and we went and tore the boards off. He built me a pantry. We redone the whole basement. He had built me shelves with grapevine hooks to hang blankets on. Anything I could think of off of Pinterest, if it was woodworking or whatever, he would make it.
Jason was the hardest working guy I know. He worked here for the town, but also drove a truck. He split wood. Anything and everything to make money he was doing. On Wednesday nights, I was always asking Jason if I could quote his insurance. He said no for the first 2 or 3 times, and I knew if I kept bugging him, he'd finally say yes.
Jason had been to the card game and he wanted to look at our life insurance policy. Jason had asked me if I would get it together and take it to Daniel and have him look over it to see if we had enough or if we needed to get it changed.
So when Katina brought me the policies in the next day, I realized what he told me he thought he had and what he had was major difference. All that I could see was a $25,000 whole life policy.
We didn't have enough and we was going to get in the process of getting a new policy.
He knew that was not near enough life insurance to take care of his debt and his family. I told him I could take care of the problem, that we just needed to get together and get an app submitted. He said, okay, sounds great. I'll try to come in Friday.
We wanted to think it over a little bit to see if that's what we really wanted to do. We'd made our mind up that it was, so we were supposed to go back the following week. Things got busy, so we didn't.
I wasn't too worried about it at that point in time, honestly. I knew Jason was a picture of health, skinny, athletic. I knew he wasn't sitting on the couch every day. He was in shape.
So we were supposed to meet the following Friday. It was an ordinary day. You know, him singing to the song, it's on the radio, and teasing with me, and we got back to the shop, and I was going to leave and come home. I'd been gone for maybe 10 minutes, and he called me. And he said to come and pick him up. He thought he was having a heart attack. So I rushed back up there, and he was sitting in the office. He got up and grabbed a hold of me, and I walked him over and had them to call 911, and I sat him down, and he told me he would be all right. Ten minutes later, he collapsed and died on the floor.
That day around 1 o'clock, I got a phone call from one of my friends just asking if I heard about Jason. I said, no, why? He was like, Jason just fell over with a massive heart attack and he's gone. I thought about his wife and his family.
Had we had sufficient life insurance in place, it would have took a burden off of me in the beginning. Not having to worry about how I was going to make a car payment or a mortgage payment, or even how you was going to buy groceries. Trying to deal with your emotions and the financial at the same time is very hard. Having insurance would have took that big burden off to allow for more grieving instead of having to add extra worry about what you was going to do next.
Why is life insurance overlooked? I think our society today spends every dollar that they make. So we don't want to take the extra money out of our pocket to pay for something that we don't think we need today, because we're going to live forever. There's a bank telling us that we have to have home insurance to protect our mortgage, and there's probably a car loan saying we have to have full coverage on a vehicle. There's nobody's out there telling us that we have to have life insurance. I think people think they're going to live forever, and they don't want to take the money out of their pocket to do it. If you have an auto accident and you have no auto insurance, more than likely you can make it through it. It might be tough, but you can make it through it. Your house burns and you have no insurance. It might be tough, you might be bankrupt, but you're still here. You can still fight through and help protect your family. If you die and you do not have life insurance, who's going to provide for your family? What is your spouse going to have to do? What is your kids going to have to do?
It doesn't matter if you're 20, if you're 30, 40. It doesn't matter. You don't need life insurance just if you're, older. You need it. Everybody just needs it. Because you never know when something will happen and you'll be in this situation.